What's up, everyone? Welcome to my show. I wish I could be more enthusiastic, but it's early in the morning. But I'm extremely happy with stuff that has gone on. So let's talk about it. This is going to be a really long video, so you might want to buckle up and relax, get a beverage or whatever, because I have a ton of stuff and tons of things to talk about. I'm kind of fighting. Oh, hang on, there's Seamus. Sorry, he's been bad, so he's in the crate over there. He's attacking the cat more and more. He's gonna have to go to obedience school, aren't you? Anyway, like I said, tons of stuff. I have tons of things to show, tons of things to talk about. I got stuff from eBay I want to show. I got stuff that I bought from Walmart. Tons of stuff from the convention. Tons of stories. Tons of things to go on. So let's go right into it. Let me start with what I got from eBay, and then we're going to work our way down the line. So it's going to be chaotic because I got stuff everywhere. But I'm very happy with this, especially the price I paid for this. They're really hard to get. So I was like, all right, let me show you what they are, and then I'll get into it. I finally got Snorkelhead with his spear. See the little red spear from the Orange Army Ants. So I got him. What's cool about this is with this one character now, I have every single one of the orange ants completed with all their weapons. So I have a whole complete orange set, which is amazing. Moving on. This is another one that's extremely hard to get. I know I keep saying that with the orange ants, but it's true. Heave Ho. I finally found him with his pirate pistol. Very, very cool. I mean, I have a couple of him as well, but I don't have him with the weapon. So I have him with the weapon now. Freaking amazing. Now, what's even better than that is when I went to go look for these, I was kind of going through eBay. I'm like, let me see if they have any more ants. I found the two of them with their weapons in a lot. The guy wanted like $50 and $10 shipping, and I'm like, oh man. I was like, I don't want to pay $60 just for the two ants when all the other ones I have, multiple things of. So I was like, no. I was like, as much as it pains me, I was like, I'm not paying that kind of money. And a day later, I looked on, and then there was this. They were separate. But I had the thing combined, and I got it for $4 a piece. So it was $8 and then $4 shipping. So $12 I got, much better than 60. So there's that. Awesome stuff. And another thing, if you watch the video, you know what I've been trying to collect, which is getting impossible because I don't think it's that they don't make them. It's just that I guess people are after them so much, or the fact that they're, I don't know, maybe just being dicks and they just don't send out a lot of them. I don't know. But it's the turtle figures. I've been having such a hard time finding them. They come out, they're gone. You go to Toys R Us the day they come out, they're already gone. Walmart, though, I've been having some kind of luck with them. I'm like, all right, cool. I did find these, which I was extremely happy with. They were on sale for $7, which I was happy with that, too. This one's dented, but I don't care. It was the only one they had. Got Fugitoid. Very cool. It's got a little dent down there, but like I said, I really don't care. They're that hard to get. So I was like, I'm not disappointed. I finally found Monkey Brains. I was like, alright, and yes, I'm keeping them in the package for now, unless I find another one, because they're that hard to find that I'm like, you know what? And I'm not paying no $50 on eBay, so I'm like, until I find it cheaper, they're staying in the box. I finally found Napoleon Bonafrog. I was like, woo! I was very excited. The wife's like, what happens? Like, we hit the mother load. As you can see, I found the Mutant Shredders, which one is a crab, you can kind of see without the glare, and the other one's a shrimp. Kind of see him. I was like, alright. And last but certainly not least, I found Attila the Frog, which is awesome. When I saw him, I was like, oh my god, and he has like a hole in the thing, and I'm like, why does it have a hole? And then it's because of this. In the back, you can stick his tongue out. See the hole? It's kind of messed up, but it was cool, and so I was like, that is amazing. Now the only characters I'm missing are Muckman and Mondo Gecko, so hopefully with luck I'll find them down the line. But there's that. Very excited. Let me show you what I had, what the wife, I had her get signed. So we're going to get into the Comic-Con right now. There's just tons and tons of stuff to show. Basically, I really did have a good time. Let me tell you some stories as I go along here. So like I said, it's going to be a long video. I did have a great time. It was from Ultimate Comics. This is like their 6th year doing it. The only thing I did not like is like the the paying the VIP thing, like I said, I wanted to do that for the wife. She really wanted to meet Gerard Way. She's been waiting, forever for him to do a convention. She's like, oh, maybe he will, maybe he will. I'm like, I don't know. Because he does comics, but he's also, he's the lead singer of My Chemical Romance. He did the Umbrella Academy and Fabulous Killjoys, so I don't know, something like that. I'll show you. But, so that was the whole reason, like, I did the whole VIP. I was like, because I want her to have a really great time. Like, I really want you to have fun. And they just kind of screwed us over left and right, like you've seen the video. It was just one thing after the other. And then when we got there, it got worse because it was so disorganized that it just made it, like, horrifying. I'm like, oh, God. But everything worked out in the long run. Everything kind of fixed itself in a way, if that makes any sense. And she had a lot of fun, so that was the real joy of it. Like I said, it's not about the money. It was never about the $200 VIP. It's just I want her to have a good time. I want her to be able to get what she wanted signed, and she did, in a way. So, which I'll discuss that later. But she had fun. She even said, she's like, this is the first time I actually had a lot of fun. I'm like, oh, good. That was the whole thing. Like I said, she loves his music. She likes the books. And the funny thing is, this one book I'm going to show you, a couple days before the convention, we went to the Ultimate Comics to look around, and they were selling this one book for $10, and it was like a #1. I'm like, maybe you should get that. I was like, you don't have that? She's like, no, I have the trade paperback that you got me, but I don't have the single comics. I'm like, well, maybe you should buy that one and have it signed. I was like, it might be cool. And she's like, I don't want to pay $10, no. And I was like, all right, well, maybe at the convention you'll find it cheaper, or maybe you'll see something, better. And she did. She found the entire set for $20. And she got #1 of it's called The True Lives of the Fabulous Killjoys. She got #1, and she had it signed on the top by Gerard Way. She got that one. And she's like, I got the whole set. I'm like, yeah. And she begged and bought it herself. Yeah, herself. There's #2. If I mess with these, she'll kill me. I was just like, I want to show them. She's like, okay. She got #3. She enjoyed them. She got #4. #5. And last but not least, she got #6. But like I said, she only got #1 signed because it was a whole big to-do. So I was like, if you're going to get anything signed, get the #1 signed. She's like, yeah, sounds smart. So I guess she got that. Like I said, she got, that was the other thing. Like I said, disorganized. When we got the stuff, when I got the VIP thing, you were supposed to get the Gerard Way ticket. That's the one we wanted. Like, oh, which one do you want? Do you want this one or this one? And I was like, I want the Gerard Way VIP thing. When she actually picked up the stuff, they gave her the Charlie Adler. She's like, well, I don't want, not that we don't want it, but she's like, I wanted him first. Oh, well, that's what you get. So that was one thing we were pissed. When we got there, a lot of things happened. They were allowing you to exchange it, the Charlie Adler one, for the Gerard Way if you wanted to. So I said, well, we want to meet him anyway. I was like, so, whatever. So we kept it. Then 2 seconds later, they're like, oh, well, with each ticket, you're only allowed 1 autograph. As before, it was 2 autographs per ticket. And then they were like, oh, you're only allowed 2 tickets per person, which was another BS. So it's like, you're only getting 2 autographs. And I went up to him, I was like, what's with the, what was the point of the VIP thing if she can't get anything she wants to get done? And he's like, oh, well, we're sorry, you should have read it. I'm like, I did read it, and I brought up the whole, like, webpage. And I'm like, look, this is what it says. It says 2 per thing. You can choose. What about? I was like, now you're kind of dicking us over again. I was like, she was supposed to get a print. She didn't get her print. I was like, we didn't get any programs. I was like, she didn't get her T-shirt. We didn't get any of these things. And the guy's like, oh, you didn't get it? I'm like, no. I was like, we got a bag full of, like, 3 comics. And I was like, and we got, like, 2 movie passes, which were ridiculous. All they were old DVDs, which is cool but crappy. And I was like, and that was it. And she got her VIP thing. I was like, that is it. She didn't get anything else. She didn't get a program she was supposed to get. She didn't get her, and we got the certificate saying she was supposed to get her print. And I was like, she didn't get it. So kind of like, I was like wasn't throwing a fit, but I was getting really annoyed where they were just kind of really dicking us over. And other VIP people were like, yeah, what the hell? We didn't get this, we didn't get that. They're like, oh, we don't know where the prints are. We don't know this, we don't know that. We don't, like these henchmen people, that's what they were called. They're like, we have to find out. I'm like, okay, well, can you find somebody who knows what the hell is going on? So they finally came around and fixed everything. They had the prints, so she got her print. We got our T-shirt. We got all our stuff, and then they switched it. They're like, oh, you get 2 autographs per ticket. You're allowed 3 tickets per person. So I was like, okay, fine. we bought a couple more tickets because we're like, I want you to get. She's like, oh well, it's it's a lot of money. I was like, well, the money was going to charity, so I was happy about that. I was like, I don't mind spending the money. Even the VIP thing, I think, went to charity, so that was, I didn't mind that. So I was like, I don't mind about that. I was like, and plus, I was like, I want you to get all your stuff that you want to get signed. I don't care. Not that I don't care. I was like, but I don't really care what it costs because he's not gonna. The odds of him doing another convention are very slim. I was like, so I'd rather have you have a good time, get what you want signed, and then that'll be that. So if he's never at a convention ever again, you met him, you have all the stuff signed, you're happy. And then they were saying you weren't allowed to take any photos. So, sorry, but and I was like, come on, man. I was like, what's the point of the VIP thing if you guys can't get a little bit of VIP action, So when I complained, she was complaining. She's like, this is ridiculous. She goes, why can't I get a photo of him? I'm like, oh, well, so many people. Blah, blah. Then other VIPs were coming around, and they're like, what the hell? Why can't we get a photo with him? Why can't we do this? Why can't we do that? So again, they switched the rule. They're like, okay, any VIP person, whoever had the VIP badge, was allowed to get photos with Charlie Adler and Gerard Way as long as you were a VIP, which was fine. She got all her photos. She was happy as hell. Happy wife is a happy life, is what they say, right? So while I was there, I got Charlie Adler to sign Walking Dead number 100. As you can see, it's signed right up there. Which, an interesting story about this, like I said, I got lots of stuff to tell you. Hopefully you'll enjoy this. You'll be like, oh god, he's talking again. At the convention, another thing with these Killjoy ones, which is funny, whatever, this thing. Later on, like I said, she got the whole set for $20. She got all 6. Later on, they were selling them $5 a piece, $10 a piece, $15 a piece, and the guy's like, "Oh, best deal here." I'm like, "Actually, no, she got a better deal." So there's that. But anyway, with this, I was walking around and I kept seeing this book behind everyone's table, on the thing up high. The cheapest I saw it was $90, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Right? I was like, "Holy shit!" And I was like, wow. And then I saw one for $300. I saw one for $500. I saw a graded one for $1,000. And it's I'm not giving away any spoilers, so don't worry about it. What's in this book? But what's going on in the show and on this book is a main thing. And this guy's like, "Oh, do you want to see it?" I was like, "No, I have mine." He's like, kind of looked at me. I was like, "Mine's signed too." So, and that was everyone's thing at the convention was, "Oh, get your book signed. Buy this, pay this price, and get it signed today." And it was crazy. So I got that one signed, and I got number 104 signed. Like I said, Gerard Way was a really down-to-earth kind of guy. He was really kind of hey, kind of laid back. Charlie Adler was too. Just a really cool guy. He's like, "Hey, how you doing?" I was like, "How are you? Could you sign these for me?" He's like, "Yeah, no problem." And unfortunately, one of the book I had that I forgot he did, I didn't get it signed. I was like, "Cause I'm not paying another. I was really running low on money. I'm like, I really would want to do it. I was like, but I don't have another item to get signed, so it'd be a waste. Anyway, even if it was going to charity, I was like, it might be a waste doing it, but yeah. There was that. So there was that adventure. So that was fun. And like I said, the wife was very happy with what she got. She got the print signed. She got this I forgot. She got this signed by Gerard Way as well. I got this for her a while ago. It's a statue, Umbrella Academy. As you can see, oh, wrong way. He signed it right there, and it's got the Umbrella Academy book. It's a whole collector's thing I got her. And I was like, if you're going to get something signed, I was like, get that signed too. She got that. She got the first ticket I think she ever saw them in concert signed, as well as the one night only show. And she was talking to him about that, and he was, like I said, he was a cool guy. He was just like, hey, that's awesome. I'm glad you had fun there. That's the whole point. I want people to have a great time. And he's like, that's what it's all about. And I was like, he was cool. But let's get off them, and let's move on to the next round thing. Let me show you something else, though, so I can get it out of the way. I figured like I said, I had to pull teeth to get this. They weren't really handing them out until later on. But I got this, and I figured, what the hell, might as well get it signed while I'm going around. So I had my c.r.a.c.k.a pamphlet program signed by tons of people. You can see. Well, I'll go over them. Rico Renzi on the top over here. Oh, Stacy Lee. Mike Perkins, Adam Hughes, Buzz, Mitch Gerards, I think his name is, John Paul Leon, where's that one, Bernard Chang. So I had that. I tried to get everybody, but I had kept forgetting about this. I'm like, crap. And then every time I went back, I would be like, oh, can you? And they were gone. I'm like, oh, they're gone. But so I got a lot of people. I'm gonna get this framed with my wristband and other stuff. You know, for the hell of it. It'd be cool. But let me move on to some of the other autographs, and then I'll tell you one thing I was kind of disappointed at. But let me show you. I got Adam Hughes to sign this one. See it on the bottom right here. A.H. Charlie Adler did do this one too. This is the book I was saying I was going to get signed, but I'm like, it's not really cost effective, and if that makes sense. That sounds really deep. But you know, it's like, well, anyway. And plus, I had everyone sign my Marvel poster, which I'm going to get into. I'm not going to show it on this because it's too hard to show everything on there. So down the line, I can't even frame it now because of the frame I had it in broke. So I was like, oh god. So I really want to kind of reframe it with a heavier frame. But I'll tell you about that later on. Let me show you some other stuff, and we'll get into it. Like I said, tons of stuff to go over. Rico Renzi, I had him sign my Howard the Duck #1. Kind of see it right over here. He was a cool guy. I had him sign my Spider-Gwen #1. He's actually the colorist for these. And he signed my X-Men 38. And then, now, this is the other thing I'm going to talk about because it's going to get into the poster. This guy was really cool, too. Mike Perkins, just cool guy, man. Just a cool guy. Which I'll talk about that in a sec, because like I said, a lot of stuff. I don't have really many photos, because it was really hard to take photos in there. But, you know, talk about that another time. I got him to sign Astonishing X-Men #50. See, he's signing up on the top. Now, what's funny is he was telling me, he's like, I love signing over the X because he's like, it just makes more sense. He's like, I can blend it in. He's like, I hate when people take my X. And he was going on. I was like, okay, all right. So he had signed that. I had him sign #51. Very cool. And he signed #53. Which, like I said, he was a cool guy. And I had him sign my Marvel poster. And, of course, he signed my flyer program, whatever it is. I was like, I have one more thing to if you could sign for me. And he's like, oh, what's that? I showed him the poster, and I unrolled it, and he's like, wow. Like, he was like, oh my. He's like, look at this. He's like, look at all the people you have on here. I'm like, yeah. I was like, it's been through, like, tons of conventions. And when he said that, like, other people came around, they were all looking, I was like, I had like a crowd. I'm like, oh my god. I was like, this poster's becoming legendary. He's like, wow. He's like, you got Stan Lee. He's like, you got this guy. You got that. He's like, oh my god. He's like, wow. He's like, I'd be honored to sign this. I'm like, all right, cool. I appreciate it. He's like, he's like, I see you got Mike c.r.a.c.k.a. I can never say his last name. He's like, he drew you a Spider-Man? I was like, yeah. I was like, the wife handed it to him, and he just drew the Spider-Man, and which basically caused a chain reaction because the next convention, the artist Buzz, another awesome guy, when he signed it, he drew a Wolverine, which you've probably seen on my other videos. So he's like, you got Wolverine? He's like, there's one guy you don't have on here, though. And I was like, who? He's like, hang on a sec. And then he's signing it, and he starts doing something. I'm like, what is he doing? And I was like, oh, man. I was like, that's awesome, right? He drew this awesome Captain America face into his signature. And I'm like, that is freaking awesome. I was like, thank you. He's like, well, he's like, no, you have to have Captain America on there. And I was like, joking. I was like, yeah, no, all I need is Iron Man, the Hulk, and Thor. I was like, going to have a lot of major characters. He's like, yeah. He's like, hey. I was like, no, I'm not asking you. I was like, I'm just saying. I was like, maybe down the line. And he's like, yeah, this is awesome. He's like, that's just a great thing to have. And I'm like, it is indeed. So like I said, he was really cool. It was fun. It's a cool guy. Another guy I met, which I didn't get him to sign the program because, like I said, I forgot, but I had him sign this. It's Tony Harris. I had him sign the Ex Machina Special Edition. He's like, I remember that. I'm like, yeah. I was like, cool. So I got them to sign that. Cliff Chang, I don't know how to say his name. He had him sign my Wonder Woman #0. Got on the top over there. And then, I'll show you that thing. But like I said, Gerard Way, he did Spider-Verse, Edge of Spider-Verse #5. He signed it right in the thing right there. I don't know what's with the XOXO thing, but hey, he did it to everybody, so I was like, okay, I'm going to feel crazy now. There's that. And then, this is another awesome thing, which I'm going to show you. I met, Stacy Lee, who does the art for Silk. So I had her sign my Silk #1, which where is it? There it is. Yeah, it's over here in gold. She kind of went into it, so you could see it, but you couldn't. There it goes. And she gave me this little print thing, which is awesome, that she signed for free, with Wolverine and Mariko signed on the bottom. I mean, she had a bigger one of this, but she was giving these out, so I'm like, oh, that's awesome. So I got that. And let me show you, I actually did get, breaking stuff. I did get a, you can kind of see it. There's a photo of her, Stacey Lee. There's like this silk, all these things in the back. And there's a better photo on my phone. It's hard for the glare, but it's easier to do it this way than it was to just kind of put them into the video. So there's that. She was a really cool person too. She was actually the cheapest for commissions. I think she was taking like $40 and she did like whatever, but she said that she doesn't like to do commissions on the comics, like the blank cover. She doesn't like doing that at all, so she just does like a separate thing for you. Which one guy was like, oh, and he kind of got pissed, but she's like, well, I just don't like to do it on there because it's not, I'd rather have a bigger, thick canvas, and I was like, oh, that's cool. So there's that. Like I said, she was nice, she was really cool. Let me get into something that I was a little disappointed in when I got this for free too, 2016 preview thing. But let me show you something that I was a little disappointed in. I was kind of upset. I was like, it's kind of messed up, but let me tell you the story of this here as we go into it. Sorry. Met Neil Adams again. This is what I was disappointed about. I had gotten an X-Men number 58, the first Havoc. I got it really cheap, and I'm like, why did I get so cheap? And then I realized it was pen mark going across his arm. And I'm like, damn, that just, it pisses me off. So I was like, you know what, he's gonna be there, I'm gonna bring my comic, I'm gonna bring all this stuff, I'm gonna get him signed, it's gonna be awesome. And this is where I'm disappointed. I'm gonna give you a little backstory so you know where I'm coming from, you can see what I'm talking about. First time I met him, his autographs were free. He wasn't charging anything. Second time I met him, the first autograph was free. Everyone after that was $5, unless you bought a print. If you bought a print from him or something else, everything was free. Which print was usually like $10, $20, give or take. Third time I met him, it was the same thing. Like it was first one was free, $5 for the other one unless you bought a print. Next time I met him, it went up. The first one was free. It's $10 per autograph unless you got a print. Next time I met him, it was $20. First one was free, $20 per autograph unless you got a print. So it's kind of made more sense. Like you buy the $20 print, you're getting everything for free unless you're gonna, Now, like I said, met him a number of times. Did get one photo with him from a distance from like the first time I met him, so it was kind of like and he was giving, he didn't mind taking photos. This time I go, like I said, I had a couple of things to get signed, and I'm like, it's gonna be cool. I look, he was charging $30 a piece for an autograph and $30 extra if you wanted to get a photo with him. So if you wanted something signed and a photo, it would cost you $60. And his prints were still like, they were like 20, 25, 30. They were all like up there. Most of the cool ones were like $30, $35. I'm like, oh my god, man. And if you wanted it signed, it was another $30 on top of that. So if you got a $30 print, you had to pay $30 to have him sign it, so you paid $60. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So I looked at the wife and I was like, this is insane. She's like, I know. She goes, every time we met him, she goes, he just seems to be going up and up and up and up. So I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm biting the bullet on it. I was like, I'm gonna have this signed. Which he was kind of, like I said, he's a cool guy, but he's just getting expensive. And I showed him, I was like, I have this. I told him the whole story. I was like, is there any way you could maybe sign into this or do whatever? So he signed right through the pen mark. So now it's perfect. So X-Men 58, like I said, I spent the $30. I bit the bullet on it. And I'm like, you know what? That's one of the reasons I wanted to get it signed, is to fix that. So he did that. He was cool. We were talking about Havoc. We were talking about the costume. I was like, what do you think about people, changing him and all this stuff? And he goes, when I made the costume, he goes, it was practical. He's like, that was the point of it. He's like, it's supposed to suck energy in, the soul energy to charge him. That was the whole thing with this and the jewel and everything. He's like, and Marvel kept wanting to change it. Like, you can't just do straight black. We have to do this. We have to do that. He's like, no. He's like, this is the point. It's a solar suit. That's the whole point of it. That's what I want to do. And he said that he was fighting with Marvel constantly before Havoc appeared like that. He was like, that's why one of the reasons why he didn't appear in costume for a while, because of that. He's like, that's the whole thing. He's like, and then when they changed, he's like, I was pissed off. He's like, I hate when they do that crap. He's like, but he's like, when you're signed with Marvel, he's like, your stuff is theirs. He's like, so you're kind of, but there was that. Then, like I said, I bit the bullet again because the main reason I got this was to have him sign it. So, and I had to think long and hard on this one. I'm like, do I get it? I was like, well, the real reason I got it was to get him to sign it because it would look cool. Um, so I broke down and told the wife, I was like, this is probably the last time I'm going to have anything signed by him because it's just too expensive now. It's a little ridiculous. But I had him sign my DC banner thing, whatever you want to call it, canvas on the top. You can see Neil Adams. And I also had Cliff Chiang, or how you say his last name, Bernard Chang, sign the bottom. As well as, where did he sign it? And right next to them is Adam Hughes, right over there. So I had that. I was like, I'm going to start a new thing with the DC stuff, try to get that stuff done. Now, what's funny is Neil Adams was the only person charging. No other artist charged any money. Adam Hughes kind of did, but it's a different kind of thing. Like, the first 5 autographs were free, but if you wanted anything more after that, you had to donate to charity. Like, you had a little thing to donate to charity, so which is cool. Like I said, Neil Adams is the only one not only charging, but charging a fortune. Like I said, Charlie Adler and Gerard Way, they were charging, but it was going to charity. It was $10. It wasn't like it was like $50 or something like that, And it was funny because we told the wife, I was like, oh, his stuff, like, originally didn't know he was charging so much. I was like, he's gonna have a huge line. He always does. There was nobody there. He was actually out in the hallway because he had the biggest section, but nobody was buying anything. People would just kind of pass by saying stuff. Hey, how are you? I like your work, and they would have stuff, but they're like, we're not getting it signed. And he just kind of looked like, oh, what's going on? And when I went on the line, there was one guy in front of me, and we were talking because somebody else was talking to him and his wife, and the guy in front of me was talking to me because I went with my friend Andrew, which was pretty cool. It was a lot of fun. And we were talking to him. He's like, I have all this stuff I want to get signed. He's like, but I'm not spending that much money. He's like, I came a long way to meet him. He's like, but I don't have like $500 to have all my stuff signed. He's like, it's a little insane. And I was telling him, I was like, it used to be a lot cheaper. And he's like, really? I was like, oh yeah. I was like, this is like, didn't want to sound like a prick. I was like, this is like the 6th time I'm meeting him. I was like, but every time it just kept going up and up and up. And he's like, $30. He's like, a piece is a little insane. He's like, maybe if you charge $30 for everything, he's like, I wouldn't mind. He's like, but $30 a piece, like, and then $30 on my photo with him. He's like, good God. So the guy's like, he's like, I'm not gonna. He's like, I think he got like one thing signed, and he's like, and the guy's like, oh, and I was like, oh, what do you got there? He's like, I can't afford to have these signed. And he's like, well, they have ATMs over there. I'm like, that's kind of a dick move. He's like, no. He's like, just this one will be good. And he had that signed, and then I had my stuff signed. And then the next day we saw there was still nobody there. And the third day, nobody there. Like I kept checking. This is just to see. Didn't really have anybody there. Not that I noticed. And then I remember I was walking past, and some guy goes, "Way to sell out, Neil," and like way to charge so much money. And he just kind of did like a thumbs up, and I'm like, wow. So there's that. That's all the autograph stuff that I got. Now on to the insane amount of comics that I got. Good Lord. Some of these are in rough shape, but for what I paid, like I said, I'm not too pissed. These were, I'm gonna show you these. These were dollar books. I got Savage Dragon #1. It's kind of got a bend to it. Kind of see it curling up, but I figured if I put it in a bag and board, I'll be able to fix that right away. So there's that. Actually, you know what? Before I show you all those, let me show you these other things I got before, so I can get them out of the way. I bought a few prints. That's right. Went and bought more prints. The wife she's kind of pissed. She's like, where are you going to put this? I was like, I don't know. I was like, but I had to get this one. Like I said, I went to meet the guy Buzz again. If you ever get a chance to meet him, he's awesome. He's a great artist. Really, really nice guy. He's the guy who drew the Wolverine on my poster. When I saw this, like I was talking to him because my friend wanted to meet him. Because I kept telling him, you got to see this guy. He's got good stuff. So he went over, he's looking, and when I saw this, like, I have to buy this. He gave me a good deal. I got the Black Cat. Everyone knows how much of a Black Cat fan I am. That is awesome. And this was signature. This was a lot cheaper. Neil Adams had a similar one that I want to buy it, but not for $35. I'm like, no way. Got this for $10. Now, like I said, here comes the deal. Bought this, and he's like, if you buy, he said $10 a piece. He's like, but if you buy 3, I'll give it to you for 20. He's like, so you're basically getting one free, and I'm like, all right, So let's see if I can grab it. Sorry, I was a little more organized before. So I saw these, and I was looking, I was like, oh my god, I was like, I really want those. And there was another one I saw that I think the wife would have liked as much. But I got a Spider-Gwen. Thing is awesome. Freaking love that one. I saw that one. I was like, oh, he's like, that's my last one. I'm like, oh. He's like, you can have it. I'm like, oh, yes. So I got that. And this one, like I said, the wife, when she saw it, she laughed because it reminds us of Seamus. And that was the real point of it. And I love this character, so I had to get it. Got a Lilo and Stitch. And it was really, really cool. I was like, that is awesome. And of course, like I said, he signed them all on the bottom. And I was like, I talked to the wife, I was like, if we get, a house or whatever, I was like, I want to put this up, not just in, like, my cave, but, somewhere. It's like, yeah, I like that one. So I got that stuff. So I got 3 for $20, which was cool. Like I said, cool guy. And then from Stacy Lee, I bought her silk print, which is another awesome looking one. Kind of see it. She signed on the bottom. It just was really cool colors. This doesn't do it justice, but I was like, that's just really cool. And it's something different too. Like I'm like, how many Harley Quinns can I get, or how many of this can I get? Which I'll show you that in a second. I was like, or how many Batmans? I was like, I need something different on my wall. And then as I was going around, I found this. Found another Spider-Gwen that I bought. That's a really cool looking one too. I was like, oh my god. So I kind of went a little spider crazy, I guess. I was like, that's pretty cool. And then my friend Andrew, he was looking, like I said, the guy, Bernard Chang, he had a lot of them out. And I was like, he's a great artist too. And he had a deal. It was 2 for $20. And I was basically out of money. I'm like, I'm pretty broke. And he's like, well, which one would you like? And I was like, oh, I think that one's awesome. I was like, because it would fit with what I have up already. And he's like, oh, that is cool. And then he's looking, because he's a Deadpool fan. He's like, can I get the Deadpool one? And the guy's like, yeah, no problem. And then he bought this one. I was like, oh, he got the one that I was, mentioning. I was like, that's a cool one. He's like, no, man. He's like, this is for you. I'm like, what? He's like, no. He's like, it's for you. He's like, I appreciate you come with me, He's like, and show me around and trying to get me, so I don't get screwed over and stuff. I was like, really? He's like, yeah. So he got this for me from Bernard Chang. It's a Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy, kind of like a playing card. And Bernard Chang signed it over there. Oh, you can kind of see it. Very cool. That's awesome. So Andrew, thank you very much for that. I can't wait to get it hung up. So it's awesome. But now back onto the comics. Like I said, this is going to be a long video. So I showed you the Savage Dragon. Like I said, I got it for $1. I bought What If number 4, the alien costume of possessed Spider-Man. It's for $1. Some of them are in pretty good shape. What If number 7, What If Wolverine was an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.? I got the Uncanny X-Men number 272. Like I said, for $1, you can't beat it. This one I have already, but I have it signed. So I kind of wanted a reader copy, I guess. But Uncanny X-Men 273. I do have it. I can't remember who I have it signed by. But anyway. Uncanny X-Men number 346. It says $3, but like I said, I got it for $1. Uncanny X-Men number 362. I got the New Mutants number 1. Like, you can't beat that for $1 a piece. The Champions number 1. Man-Bat number 1. And then this one I thought was his first appearance, but it's obviously not. It's got a lot of writing on it, but like I said, for the price I paid. Detective Comics number 429. I don't know if this is the second appearance of Man-Bat, but it's got like tons of writing. But I was like, you know what? The hell with it. Just grab it for $1. I said, I'm not bitching too much. I do have more dollar books, but I have a few that I paid a little more than $1. I found this one, Gwenpool Secret Wars number 2. This is the variant. This is her first appearance, I guess, or cover appearance, or whatever. Because technically her first appearance is Howard the Duck number 1. But this is supposed to be like her first thing, and this is going through the roof lately. I paid $20 for it. I haven't seen it any cheaper. eBay was like $50, $40, and I was like, the guy had one. I was like, how much? He's like, I'll give it to you for $20, and I'm like, all right, $20. So I bought that. This I kind of got suckered in a way because I didn't look at it. I was so blinded by it. I broke the cardinal rule of checking stuff out. But I'm still kind of happy with what I paid. I paid $10. This is Batman Vengeance of Bane #1, the first appearance of Bane. But like I said, I didn't realize it was the second printing, as you could tell by the little number, Roman numeral #2 over here. But I paid $10. I was like, how much? He's like 10. I was like, really? And I was like, okay, I'll take it. And then I looked at him like, oh shit. I was like, it's the second printing. But again, I wanted to get it because I really wanted to read it. So I'm not disappointed. And I've seen it on eBay for like 15 and 20. So happy to have it. This back in the dollar issues. Found this for actually my friend Andrew found it for $1. A sealed silver Spider-Man #1. Oh yeah. Very cool. I was like, yes. I was like, now all I need is a gold one, or a gold one sealed, and I'll have them. Like, I have silver already. I have it signed by Todd McFarlane, but I was like, I really want a sealed one. Found it. Cool stuff. Now, this is going to take the longest, so I might cut it and do another part. As you can see, look how many comics got. These were $1 a piece, and they are all Wolverine. I went Wolverine crazy, because his was honestly the cheapest ones. Like I said, they were $1 a piece. I was going after Spider-Man, but every Spider-Man one, there was none of the dollar things anywhere. Everything was like $5, $10, $15. I'm like, this is nuts. I was like, what else? I was like, Wolverine. I was like, let me go see if I can find Wolverine. And lo and behold, I found some Wolverine books that should not even be in the dollar bin, but there they were. Which I'm going to discuss. You know what? I'm going to go into it. I'm going to make a second part to this because it's already long enough as it is, and I kind of want to break it up. So that will do it for part 1. Come back for part 2, and I will show you the rest of these and talk about some more stuff. And if you sat through all this, thank you very, very much. I hope you're having fun, as much fun as I had getting this and talking about it. But come back for part 2. So see you at part 2.